Hello everyone, my name is Niyanta and my student ID is 301224927. So let's get started with our oral presentation assignment. So I was born and raised in Karnal, Haryana, India. At present, I am 24-year-old. Both my parents are teacher. I was raised in a joint family. I completed my graduation in computer science engineering from India. I'm currently studying software engineering technology, artificial intelligence at Centennial College. The reason I chose Centennial was that I think it helped me to accomplish my goals. Now, what is culture according to me? Culture is defined as the way of life of the group of the people, referring to the manner in which they live their lives. Now, talking about the family rules. As both my parents are teachers, they share the same status in the family. In my family, both women and men are considered or treated equally. Now let's talk about the success. Success, according to me, is always doing your best. Success can be achieved when you try your best in all aspects of everything you do. Even if that doesn't lead to a big result, if you done your best, you should feel proud of yourself. So, next topic is importance of education in my family. Education plays a very important role in my family since both my parents came from the educational background. My father is a maths professor and my mother is a history professor. So, education is very important in my family. Let's talk about the joint family. Yeah, I was raised in a joint family that included my mother, father, sibling, grandparents, uncle, and aunt. Native language. Yeah, I speak Hindi as my native language and English as a second language. I used to communicate with my friends and family in my native language, and I want my children to be able to do the same as it is a representation of my culture. Now let's talk about the physical contact in my culture. Well, Indians prefer not to touch people when it can be avoided, but hugs, holding hands, etc., are generally considered as a sign of warmth and affection in my culture. In my culture, personal space is given a lot of importance as one arm length distance is common during the interaction, especially with the opposite gender. Disrespectful in my culture. In India, direct eye contact is often viewed as disrespectful. In my culture, people prefer to keep eye contact minimum or avert their eye from the opposite gender rather than sustaining eye contact. Now let's talk about collectivism and individualism. If we are talking about individualism or collectivism in terms of personality, I'm little bit of both. My responses are influenced by circumstances. However, I truly believe that for an individual to grow holistically, he or she must be able to seamlessly switch between both the modes of the personality according to the situation. High contact and low contact culture. Well, low contact have some clear rules, direct, explicit, and contact is implicit, internalized rules, indirect. I am from the high contact culture. Since people in my culture rely more on collectivism, we possesses a common understanding of behavior. It is our philosophy to put the interest of our families first. We generally believe in the law of all for one and one for all. Tolerance, intolerance to the inequalities of power. Inequalities have and will always exist in the society. I strongly believe that instead of focusing on our differences and inequalities, we should focus on the things that bring us together. Whenever I came across the issue that are sensitive, like gender bias or body shaming, I lose my patience. And I think fighting back for these inequalities is the right of the human being. And one should be brave enough to fight with these kinds of the intolerances. Conclusion. Personal versus rational culture. Personal culture is a shared combination of individual traits, skills, and personality. It is formed within the context of their ethnic, racial, familism, and educational environment. In my perspective, both the cultures are very different from each other, yet very similar. They have some differences, they have some similarities in them. So let's just accept the differences and celebrate the similarities. Thank you so much. I hope you like my presentation.